In the previous video, we have discussed about information system in greening enterprise. So in an enterprise, there will be different levels. So I want to categorize this as a top level, which is a management, the middle level, which is implementing the tactical decisions given by the management, and those are guided to the lower level, where day-to-day transactions are taking place. And here, if you look into this information system in greening enterprise, the executive support is coming from the top management, and the middle management is managing the decision support system and management information system, MIS. Both it is managing, and these are dealing with the tactical, these are doing a tactical plannings for an organization based on the present or a current situation. So the last one, or the bottom level, is a TPS, which focuses on operational level, means day-to-day activities or a short-term informations are gathered at the transaction processing system. Now what type of activities it is going to achieve or deal, those we will discuss now. Now we have a summary of various information system categories and environmental activities by organizational function. So this particular table is categorized into four groups or four columns. So managerial decision levels, operational levels, management level, and strategic level. We know that actually when we talk about the information system, so from top to bottom or a bottom to top, if you take, we have categorized this as a TPS for lower level, DSS and MIS for middle level, and ESS for the top level. And this particular table is specifying how the informations are managed. So if you take a managerial level, if you take a functional area, the different operational levels will be transaction processing systems where day-to-day transactions are taking place, and management level, if you take, that is a MIS, and DSS, decision support system, that is a middle level, what I have called, and the strategic level you take, it's a executive support system, ESS. So when it comes to the engineering and design, the in operational level, if you take a TPS, that is a lower level, here new product requirements and environmental liabilities are summarized. Then it is given to the middle level management, where the economic justification model for the design and design for environment, because these guys, that is a middle level, they have to convince the top management, correct, or for a ESS, correct. Now these are mainly focusing on economic justification of the model, which is suggested at the bottom level. LCA inventory data, that is a LCA, it's a authority which is responsible for taking the inventory data. Then and at the top, the strategic level, the environmental product and process performance are analyzed, and required steps or decisions are taken. So in general, if I have to say, the bottom level is requesting the change, and its economical condition is checked at the middle level, and the acceptance or rejectance, or what you say decision taking, is done by the strategic or a top level. So after the design, next is a procurement phase. In this phase, inventory updating of environmentally sensitive material, updating of inventory, that is done. If you go back to this value chain here, we know that this is the area the required inventories are decided, or it is environmental friendly inventories are suggested by the lower level, and it is sent to the management level. Reports concerning the environmental performance of the supplier, that is managed by the middle level. Supplier selection decision models with the environmental factors, those decisions are taken at the management level, that is a MIS or a decision support system, where most of the decisions are taken whether to purchase or not purchase the environmental sensitive materials, and how it has to be done, or what type of environmental measures has to be taken. Those are all discussed or maintained at the management level. Next is due diligence, merger information, and superfund liabilities information. So the top management, they will be more concentrating on the funding, so that is managed at the strategical level. Next, after the procurement, the manufacturing and production comes. So same concept here, you see production section. So after the inventory section, next we have to discuss about a production section. See, these are all interrelated, means if you cover one topic, means it is not that you have to leave it behind. So in the next topic we may need this. So the next part is a manufacturing or a production level, that is a which is a management or a managerial decision level. Here email reminders of permit thresholds are done. Then in the management level, daily and weekly levels of hazard waste generated from the processes for the toxic release, that is called as a toxic release inventory reporting is done. Means what is a release or what is a wastage of material or a toxic materials are generated, its report is generated. And disassembly production planning tools, this also comes into the management level. And globally yearly, and yeah, this is, see, actually one thing we have to understand here. You consider any of this managerial decision levels. So one thing is very clear here. So at the operational level, that is at the lower level, it's considering the day-to-day life information, whereas in the management level, it is considering the quarterly or half yearly or yearly basis. And here you see here in the strategic level, the global yearly emission charges and environmental technology informations are collected or informations are generated. So this is how at a different level the information system or activities of a different organizations are carried out. Next we can go for a sales and marketing. So here in the operational level, the daily sales of environmentally sensitive materials needs to be maintained or managed. In the management level, that is in the middle level, the information on different green promotions successes, forecasting tool for green product requirements, these are managed. Okay. And in the strategic level, green consumer data, means here it is very important to convince the top management. So top management will be always looking on what data is what is the data, or how much green initiated data is consumed or sold, that or marketed. That information will be necessary for the top management to take the further decisions whether they have to continue with the green environment or any other method they have to use. Next is the logistic level. Here amount of packaging returns up for the day and scheduling of the reclaimed materials, these are maintained at the, say in general, if I have to say, this is a day-to-day activity they have to manage in operational level, or that's what you can call it as a transaction processing system. And in management level, here the reports of daily and weekly fuel usage, how much daily or weekly fuel consumed, simulation tools for transportation and energy planning network designs are made, and long-term data planes for transportation fleet, means which logistics they have to, whether they want to continue the same logistic or they have to change the logistics. So major decisions are taken at the top level. So these two levels, that is operational level and management level, if we have to take in general, they collect the information and they just pass it to the strategic level where most of the decisions are taken. Next is the finance of an enterprise. Daily transaction of a greenhouse gas emissions permits that has to be maintained. Then financial environmental budget report means what is the profit with this uh, e-environment. Then capital budgeting, DSS tools, integrating the environmental factors. These are all managed at the management level. Then shareholder value percentage for society, responsible funds. These are all managed at the strategic level. So like that, so we can discuss or we can summarize the information system categories and environmental activities in organizational functions in four different levels or three different levels. It's a bottom level, middle level and top level, where it's also called as operational level, management level and strategic level. And this is categorized into four functional areas: TPS, MIS, DSS and ESS, and these are playing a major role in enterprise performance. Thank you.